Say man, you think I could hold $1 real quick? So I did a no spend challenge for the month of January, and I learned some valuable lessons that I think will also help you out if you too are trying to live the fly and frugal life. I'm also going to share some of the things that almost did me in and caused me to end the challenge prematurely. So buckle up. So basically for my no spend challenge, I obviously had to pay for things like rent, car insurance, health insurance, electricity. Otherwise, they put us out on the street if you don't pay that kind of things. However, what I did not spend any money on, or what the premise of the challenge was not to spend money on, no outside food, no restaurants, no clothes, no takeout, no dine-in, no makeup, no skincare, none of that. However, I did allow myself 2 exceptions because 2 very dear people in my life celebrated birthdays, and it's kind of messed up to be like, I can't celebrate your birthday because I'm on a no spend challenge. You know what I mean? That's kind of messed up. And these are people who very rarely celebrated their birthdays, so I had to come through. And overall, I did really well on this challenge, but let's get into some of the things that I learned. All right, number 1, not to toot my own horn, but beep beep. I am a damn good cook, but I wasn't always. And in case you were wondering, you wanted to see the ins and outs, I did document my no spend'em in 5 weekly vlogs, so you can check that out. Probably after you finish watching this video, go watch that, but make sure you come back here. So with the exception of that one nasty ass McDonald's spicy chicken meal that I got because I was on a 3-hour road trip and thought like, oh my God, if I don't eat right now, I'm going to just waste away, when in hindsight, if I would have waited 1 more hour, I could have gotten much better food for free. But aside from that, and of course the food that they served at the birthday celebrations, I cooked every single one of my meals in January. Now, one of my biggest takeout weaknesses is chicken wings. Whether they come from Hooters, whether they come from a Korean fried chicken spot, whether they come from this place, New York Fried over on Farmers and Merrick, or whether they come from Wingstop. Like, I love me some chicken wings. So during my no spend'em, I perfected making fried chicken wings. A lot of it was done off camera because I ain't need a lot of y'all judging me all up in the vlogs about, oh, you eating a lot of fried chicken. Like, mind your business, okay? My jerk chicken with mango salsa, my honey ginger chicken, my Big Mac tacos. These are just examples of some meals that I cooked last month that was hitting the spot. Now, don't worry, I do plan on making separate cooking videos so that you don't have to, sift through the long vlogs to get through the cooking videos. But, give me a little time because, I gotta go through and, I gotta handle my business. But what made me realize how great of a chef I am is after eating that McDonald's meal, and then this month, outside of the no spend challenge, I did wind up getting my first takeout meal, which was some jerk chicken, rice and peas, and a salad from Jamaican Flavors. I realized like my meals are so much better. Plus, with me being non-dairy, it is a lot easier for me to cook my own meals because then I know exactly what's in there. Like, for instance, you wouldn't expect there to be dairy in rice and peas. However, they do put coconut milk in rice and peas, and some coconut milks do have some lactose ingredients in it. And then also restaurants skimp on ingredients to help increase profits. Now, I'm not going out and buying any kind of like bougie, super duper high quality ingredients. I'm just going to Costco, Target, and my local grocery store. But I don't know, maybe the touch of love that I put into my meals just made everything so much better. So now eating them nasty takeout meals after eating such delicious foods definitely boosted my cooking confidence. Well, what really boosted my cooking confidence was how delicious that food was, you know what I'm saying? That was real delicious. But I want that to kind of inspire you to try to figure some things out when it comes to the kitchen. I'm not even doing anything that radical. What I do is some of my favorite meals, I look for ways to recreate them, and then I try to practice until I perfect it. Like with my chicken wings, like I was like, yo, we got to get this perfected. And it's super easy, and I'll make some videos so that you can see what I'm cooking and whatnot. Like when I tell you I'm locked in, like I sat and watched a video on garlic, a 40-minute video on garlic. So new hobby unlocked. So the second thing I learned is that I'm really good at not buying clothes in the wintertime, but that's because, in the wintertime, my mental health take a little, a couple ticks back, the winter blues set in, and, like I want to go outside, but I don't want to go outside, but, like outside look a little gloomy. So plus I probably have all the coats, boots, sweaters, and jeans that I could possibly ever need. But around midway through the challenge, I was getting really bored and really tired of winter, and I really wanted to buy some slutty spring and summer clothes. And I was real tempted, but then I had to be like, girl, even if you buy this stuff right now, where you wearing it to? Where you going? Where you going? So what I would do is if there was something that I saw that I liked, which there were so many moments where, and we'll talk about some of the things that I really wanted to buy, but there were so many moments where I was like, oh, I need this, but I would pin it to my Pinterest board, save it for later, and then, you know, once my thirst wore off, I would go and revisit it. And a lot of the things that I was so thirsty for, I wound up not buying anyway. But I did wind up buying this bodysuit from Free People, which I'm gonna have to return because it was too big, like something was like too long with it. But I also bought this top, which I will put the picture on because I don't think you can see it really well right here. This top, now the thing is, I'm gonna have to wear some tape with this because, you know, the boobies was just like psh, 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 psh. However, I feel like I saw this top 3 weeks ago and the website was saying that there was only one left and it was on pre-order, and I was like, oh my God. However, I was able to wait it out through the challenge and pre-order it, and you know, and I was like, oh my God, I need that shirt. I hate when websites do that, but I also like when they do that. But I was able to quench my thirst and just wait, and I'm glad I did. Like, even if I broke down and kind of bought it outside of the challenge, I would have felt bad, but then I also would have been like, oh my God, this is such a cute top, because there's so many things that I could do with this. And if you watch my fashion channel, you'll know that I'm always saying any new items you're considering buying have to go with at least 5 other things in your wardrobe, at least 5 other things. So this, oh my God, there's so many things that I could wear this with. I could wear this with some shorts. I can wear this underneath blazers. I can wear this with a long skirt. I can wear this, what else do I have that's in there? I can wear this with jeans. How many things was that? Skirt, the shorts, the jeans with the blazer. So see, that's 4. I got some dress pants in there I could slap these on with. Like, this is going with a lot of things in my closet, so. But I learned that, you know, by quenching my thirst a little bit and, you know, waiting, that even though I'm not as impulsive with the shopping as I was maybe like 10 years ago, 10, 15 years ago, forget it. A no spend challenge would not even be on the horizon for me 10 to 15 years ago. But although I am better at shopping on impulse now, I still be like having like, oh, I need that, but save it. If you still want it a day or 2 or whenever later, consider getting it if it can go with 5 other things, at least 5 other things in your closet. I named 5 categories of clothing that this can go with, but I have more than 1 pair of shorts, more than 1 pair of skirts, more than 1 pair of skirts, more than 1 skirt, more than 1 pairs of pants. So like that's gonna get some mileage as long as I can make sure that you know, that the girls stay in. Because if I can't figure out how the girls stay in, then it's gonna have to go back, because they kind of frown upon you just, you know, having the girls just, you know? All right, the third thing that I learned, I need to do another makeup purge. I probably need to do makeup purges once a month because the sheer volume of things that I get in as a beauty influencer is insane. Now, a lot of it I do wind up giving away. I have Instagram subscribers who every month I do a giveaway, boxes of things that I give away. However, I still wind up with things where I'm like, oh my God, this is so pretty. Maybe I'll wear it one day. But what happens is I wind up accumulating so much stuff that I can't see what I have. And when I can't see what I have, I keep using the same makeup over and over and over again. And then after a while I get bored and then I'm like, oh, I'm so bored. Let me buy more makeup. But then it's like, why are you buying more makeup when you have makeup that's already in there that you're not using? Is because you can't see it. So doing regular purges and keeping inventory of what you have in your closet is going to wind up saving you so much money. If you want to see more on purging your closet and that sort of thing, check out this video on my fashion channel. All right, so let's go over the things I wanted to buy and then I'll tell you like why I didn't want to buy them. So this is point 4. So there are these peach powders that help to brighten underneath the eyes or wherever you wanted to have like a little brightening. Like you can do, I guess you could do all over brightening with it, but I kind of think that might be a little bit too much depending on the look that you're going for. But one of my favorite makeup artists, Ellie Luna, showed these peach powders and I was like, oh my God, I want those peach powders so bad. And I saved it. And then now, much later on, I'm like, I don't even want get these things. I also wanted this dress from Amazon that my homegirl Denny is looking so amazing in, and it was a good price. The color is something that would look like color. I love a white or an off-white moment. Like I would say probably about 60 to 70% of my spring, summer wardrobe is some sort of iteration of white. However, I had to remind myself that when you buy that dress, it's not gonna come with Denny's body. Now me, straight up and down dresses, those type of silhouettes, they usually don't do much for me. I'm usually more of like a fit and flare where something cinches in at the waist and then it flares out like an A-line. That's something more that looks better on my boardsy. So, you know, I had to kind of chill on that one. And then I was also gonna be like, you know what, let me just buy it anyway and see if it looks good, which I do sometimes do with things and then wind up having to return it, which like I'm trying to do a little less of that because then I gotta break down the boxes, then I gotta carry, you know, either mail the stuff back or go down to Kohl's and take it to the Amazon return thing, wasting gas and just my packaging tape and all that other stuff. Like I gotta chill. And then speaking of fashion influencers, there is an influencer, I think it's pronounced Takunda, but it could be Takunda. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce her name because I've never actually heard her say it, or I don't even think I've heard her speak before, I'm not sure. But anyway, her personal style is just top notch. But on top of that, the way that she edits her videos, the visuals, the editing, the everything just comes together and it's just like... So anyway, all throughout January, she was promoting that she was having another collaboration with Amazon. And I had bought something from her previous collection last fall and I really loved the dress. And I'm like, oh my God, this girl's style is amazing. And there were some shorts that were just so me. They were pleated. I'll put a picture up here. Pleated in the front, pleated in the back. And I was like, oh my God, I need those shorts. I was like, yo, please don't let this collection drop in January. And then I can't buy it because when the collection drops, you only have that day, like maybe like 28 hours. And once it drops to buy the item, unless for some like stroke of luck, it happens to come back again, but that's not guaranteed. So you feel like the pressure with something like that. Anyway, I wound up buying it, but I'm not gonna get it until like March or whatever. So I'm not quite sure if it's like, I know that type of silhouette looks amazing on me. However, when I went to go buy it, I felt like the images on the Amazon site didn't look as nice as how it looked on her Instagram, but I'm just hoping maybe that was just a thing. And then when I get it, I'm gonna be like, well, if you see me with some like reddish, burgundy-ish kind of shorts that, you know, pleated in, well, I'll put the picture, pleated in the front, pleated in the back, then you know that it went good. Another thing that I was tempted to buy, more workout clothes. Now, I work out with a trainer 3 times a week, and I go to Pilates once a week, sometimes twice a week, and then I also go to Stretch Lab. Sometimes I go to Stretch Lab the same day as Pilates, but sometimes it doesn't, you know, the schedule doesn't work out that way. So that is at least 4 times a week that I need to be wearing workout clothes. And that's a lot of workout clothes. So while I do have a lot of things that I could wear, not everything that I own is something that is really that great. So like I have some workout clothes that I really probably should just donate, and because they're really not suiting me very well. But anyway, regardless of that, my plan before was just like, that's why we have washers and dryers and laundry detergent. I'll just keep washing clothes if I run out of workout clothes. But Lord, I don't know how fast I was going through the workout clothes, because I try to do laundry every week, but for some reason it was like I was running out of clothes so fast. So I did wind up buying some more workout leggings. I also bought some Pilates tops, but I didn't love the way that they look, so they're on their way back. But I need to find, this is gonna be a personal project for me, because like while I find leggings that I really like to work out in, I'm not finding tops that I really love. And normally with me, I just wear whatever is on sale. Like for the longest time, I was just wearing these Under Armour, either a short sleeve, mostly short sleeve, and then I have maybe like 1 or 2 long sleeve tops. But I found some Amazon leggings that I like better because they're longer and they actually stay up higher up on the waist. I have this thing with workout clothing where it's like, I want stuff that looks decent, but not like some of like the really cool workout clothes, because I feel like the really cool workout clothes that I see, I'm like, I would wear that as an outfit outside, like not going to the gym. So I don't know. I'll keep you posted on, well, you'll see in the vlogs. There were also some Charlotte Tilbury lip colors that came out that I was like, oh my God, I need these. And the way they marketed them with like a combo, so it was like not just a lipstick, but it was a lip liner to go with it and then a gloss, and it just looked all looked so good. But I actually went into the store and I was like, you know, I could chill. I don't really need these lip colors. But there's still this one color, I think it's called Island Dream or something like that. It's this like corally kind of color, and it's sold out online, and they didn't have it in the store either. But then I kind of talked myself out of it because then I realized that there's another peachy corally kind of color that I already own from Charlotte Tilbury. I think it's called Stereo Rose. I'll put it up here. I can't remember the name of it. But so that should suffice me, although I'm still kind of thinking about it. And if I'm still thinking about it and it's been like 3 weeks now, like maybe I might need to, you know, scratch the itch and get it once it comes back in stock. One thing that I avoided getting during the month that I regret not just being like, all right, I'm gonna have to make an exception and get this done, was getting my brows threaded. Typically, I'm able to stretch out brow threadings for quite some time because, you know, I could kind of make my brows look amazing with brow pencil and brow gel and that sort of thing. But they were kind of getting a little out of hand, so I was just tweezing. And normally I'm pretty decent with the tweezing, but when I finally got my eyebrows threaded yesterday, my brow lady, who has been doing my brows for over 15 years, was like, "You've been tweezing, huh?" And I was like, yes. She's like, yeah. She said, I forget what she said exactly, but she had to like not do it. She had to, I don't know, she had to do something where she couldn't thread it how she wanted to because, you know, I'd overplucked, but that, you know, the next time, once the hair grows back in, that she'll be able to kind of, and I was like, don't even worry about that. You know, I don't even notice it. What she's talking about, but I kind of did notice it. Like, it's not noticeable, but I did notice that my brows didn't look like done like how they normally do when I get my brows threaded. The fifth thing, which I think is probably the biggest thing that I have learned thus far on this challenge, is that I could probably keep going on with this challenge. I was about to say a no spend year, but let me not get besides myself because, you know, that's just kind of OD. Because I was doing this for a month, I feel like I learned some new habits, such as not being extremely thirsty when I see something I want to buy, like kind of pausing and waiting. Also learning that there's going to be very little outside food that's going to taste better than anything that I can cook. So not going out to eat and getting delivery, I think is something that I could definitely keep extending. Although I did go out to eat last Friday with a friend. We went to a Thai restaurant and the food was just so good. But this was a place where I knew the food and the drinks were going to be good. So even though I'm out spending money, I'm enjoying it because it's really good food and really good drinks. So it's like, yeah, real good food and drinks. However, I would definitely remain extremely picky about going out to eat anywhere else. Like, I need to be on Yelp, which is, I was doing that before, but if you've watched my vlogs, there was this one time I went out to eat with some friends and spent like $400 and the food was so gross. Like, I wanted to fight somebody over that. Now, if it was $400 and the food was amazing and it was just such a great experience, you wouldn't even be hearing me talking about it. But it's like so much money and so little quality. Nah, we are properly vetting any type of takeout or restaurant situation because spending money, wasting money on no good food is no good. But I would also like to mix in, which I've already started doing since last year because I do like having people over at my house for parties. I do kind of mix in where we do like a potluck thing where everybody brings a dish and then we all eat from the different dishes. That has been a hit as well. And then the very last party I had, I actually cooked and that was great. So I might do things like that more often so that I'm not spending exorbitant amounts of money on food because I think one time the most I've spent on food for a party, I think was my Cabo San Danielle birthday party, which I had here in my apartment, in my outdoor space. And I think I spent like $3,000 on food, maybe even closer to $4,000. And I'm like, ooh, we can't be doing that no more. We can have nice parties, but we ain't got to spend that much money on the food. At least not all the time. Every now and again, yes, but not every single. And it was to the point where every party I had, I was like, no, it needs to be catered by this particular person, and you know, and that particular person was a pretty penny. She was worth every penny, but I ain't gotta dish out them pennies every single time I have a party. Now, I also learned some major lessons last year when my income took a downturn. I went from making nearly 500K to not 500K. Find out all the things I learned on the video here, click on it, and I'll see you there.